Intricate Devo. Intricate.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Intricate Devo, where complex programming concepts become simple, practical, and fun to learn. Today we're diving into a Java concept that many beginners find confusing at first, but once you understand it, you'll realize it's actually very logical. We're talking about Java inner classes, also known as nested classes. Now imagine this. You have a house. Inside that house, you have a bedroom. Inside the bedroom, you have a closet. And inside the closet, you have a safe. Everything is organized because related things stay together. That's exactly the idea behind inner classes in Java. Classes that belong together can live together. And that makes our code cleaner, easier to understand, and easier to maintain. But before we start, like this video. Comment nested master below. Share this video with a friend learning Java. Subscribe to Intricate Devo for more beginner-friendly Java tutorials. Let's jump in. An inner class is simply a class created inside another class. Yes, a class inside a class. At first, that might sound strange. You might be thinking, why would anyone put a class inside another class? The answer is simple. Because sometimes two classes are so closely related that it makes sense to keep them together. Think of a car class. Inside it, you might have an engine class. The engine is part of the car. They naturally belong together. Java allows us to organize code this way using inner classes. Imagine a smartphone. The phone contains many internal components: a battery, a camera, a speaker. These components belong to the phone. They are not usually used independently. Similarly, inner classes represent components that are strongly connected to the outer class. Java provides four main types of nested classes: member inner class, static nested class, local inner class, anonymous inner class. Don't worry. We'll understand all four with simple examples. Let's start with the most common one, the member inner class. Imagine an outer class that contains a variable named x. Inside that outer class, we create another class called inner class. Now here's the interesting part. The inner class can directly access the variables and methods of the outer class. Even private members. Yes, even private members. It's like a family member having access to rooms inside the house that outsiders cannot enter. When the inner class needs data from the outer class, Java allows it without any extra effort. That's one of the biggest advantages of member inner classes. Now here's something beginners often ask. If the inner class is inside the outer class, how do we create it? Good question. Because the inner class belongs to a specific outer class object, we must first create the outer class. Then we create the inner class. Think of it this way. You can't enter a bedroom without first entering the house. Similarly, you can't create a member inner class without first creating its outer class. Once you understand this analogy, the syntax becomes much easier to remember. Now let's level up. What if the inner class doesn't need access to a specific outer class object? In that case, we can make it static. This creates a static nested class. A static nested class behaves differently from a regular inner class. Since it's static, it belongs to the class itself rather than to an object. That means we can create it directly. No outer class object required. This is similar to a parking lot outside an apartment building. Anyone can access the parking lot without entering a specific apartment. That's how static nested classes work. Here's the most important thing to remember. A regular inner class can access non-static members of the outer class. A static nested class cannot. Why? Because static members belong to the class, not to individual objects. And without an object, Java has no idea which object's data you are to access. This distinction is extremely important in interviews. Now let's look at something even more interesting. A local inner class. Imagine creating a class inside a method. Not inside the class. Inside the method itself. Sounds unusual, right? But Java allows it. These classes only exist while the method is running. Once the method finishes, the local inner class is gone. Think of it like hiring temporary workers for a special event. They exist only for that event. After the event ends, they disappear. Local inner classes work the same way. They're useful when a class is needed only within one method. Now let's talk about one of the coolest Java features: anonymous inner classes. Imagine hiring a worker for a single task. You don't even bother giving them a name. You simply create them, use them once and move on. That's exactly what an anonymous inner class does. It has no name. It's created and used at the same time. Developers often use anonymous inner classes when implementing interfaces or extending classes for one-time use. They're quick, convenient, and very common in older Java applications. If you're still following along and inner classes are finally starting to make sense, hit the like button. Comment Java inside Java below. And let's continue. Now let's discuss a concept that surprises many beginners: shadowing. Imagine a father and son with the exact same name. When someone says the name, which person are they talking about? That's the problem Java faces during shadowing. Suppose the outer class contains a variable named x. The inner class also contains a variable named x. And a method parameter is also named x. Now Java has three different variables with the same name. Which one should it use? To solve this confusion, x refers to the method parameter. This .x refers to the inner class variable. outerclass.this.x refers to the outer class variable. This allows Java to clearly distinguish between all three. It's like using full names when multiple people share the same first name. You might be wondering, do real developers actually use inner classes? Absolutely. You'll find them in Java GUI applications, event handling systems, frameworks, libraries, enterprise software, Android applications. Inner classes help developers organize related code and reduce clutter. They're a powerful tool when used correctly. Let's summarize everything. An inner class is a class inside another class. Inner classes help organize related code. Member inner classes can access all members of the outer class. Static nested classes don't require an outer class object. Local inner classes exist only inside methods. Anonymous inner classes are unnamed and used once. Shadowing occurs when variables share the same name in different scopes. Inner classes improve readability and maintainability. Before we finish, here's today's challenge. Suppose an outer class has x equals 10, an inner class has x equals 20, and a method parameter is x equals 30. What values will be printed by x? tis.x, outerclass.this.x. Comment your answers below. I'll be reading and replying to as many comments as possible. And there you have it. Java inner classes explained simply. Think of them as rooms inside a house. They help keep related things together. And when used correctly, they make your Java programs cleaner, more organized, and easier to maintain. If this lesson helped you understand inner classes, like this video. Comment inner class mastered below. Share this video with your friends and classmates. Subscribe to Intricate Devo and turn on notifications for upcoming Java tutorials. Thank you so much for watching. Keep learning, keep building, and keep coding like a pro. I'll see you in the next video.